Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Steviebreech coming to you here today. The other day, my good buddy Ravi put up a great video about the redemption tour, about him coming back to YouTube, and just basically telling his story about what's going on with him in professional wrestling. And I've talked about this in quite a few of my videos about basically where I am with professional wrestling and what's going on. I really liked the story that Ravi told, and honestly, um, Ravi didn't go into real personal details. As a friend of Ravi, I do have the inside scoop about what he was talking about, and I don't know if it's really because I am more of a open person about what is going on in my life, but I liked his video so much that I wanted to make a video telling people to go watch his video and basically give my story as well, telling my redemption tour of coming back to YouTube. Let's just start out by basically saying that my life in the past few months has been turned upside down. I'm currently going through a divorce, and my wife sort of blame professional wrestling and my love for professional wrestling to the reason of why we were getting a divorce, which sort of put a really hard thing on WrestleMania this year. If you watch the WrestleMania videos for WrestleMania 32, there's times that I have a lot of fun, and there's times that you can really tell that I just don't want to be there. And it was hard because in the upcoming time before WrestleMania, I was telling her that she meant the world to me, and that I didn't want to go, and that I was going to stay, and I was just going to give the tickets to the group, and they could do whatever they wanted to with it, because honestly, when it came down to it, it didn't really matter. But she kept telling me to go and that everything would be better and not to worry about it. And then once I came back from WrestleMania, the blame was put back on me of why I would have gone if they were so important to me. And I don't know. My wife wasn't happy with where our life was. I wasn't happy with where my life was, and it just happened. And everybody knows from my videos that I love my kids. They are the most important thing in the world to me. And let's just face it. I mean, wrestling right now isn't worth the time that they're asking us to give them. I mean, even right now, Ravi keeps talking about how great it is right now with all the independent wrestling stars that have been waiting for years. You've got AJ Styles coming over from TNA, breathing in a lot of fresh life into WWE, wrestling in the main event of what pay-per-views is that? Extreme Rules and whatever the other one was. You've got the Cruiserweight Classic with a lot of names coming in and wrestling for them. NXT, you got Finn Balor, Shinsuke Nakamura. Everywhere you look, there's something really exciting going on with professional wrestling. What my problem with professional wrestling is right now is that, honestly, I'm trying to explain this to the person that I've recently started seeing. And she's really great. I mean, she's very understanding to me liking professional wrestling. She doesn't understand why I don't watch it for as much as I talk about it. She knows that I love this, and I tried to explain to her what this is on YouTube, and she just basically told me that it's sort of like what I've talked about in my videos before. Anybody who's watched my videos, definitely my Q&A videos, where people have asked me, how I am able to be so open with my love of professional wrestling, when definitely professional wrestling does not come off as cool as a lot of other things do in the world. And basically, I would always say that everyone is always going to have something in their lives that they are trying to hide. Whether that's a collection of Beanie Babies underneath their bed, or like with the person that I'm seeing, she really likes to play World of Warcraft, and that is something that definitely, if you're into playing World of Warcraft, is very popular. They have a lot of people that sign up, but it's almost like the world of professional wrestling. You can go to a town like Dallas and have 101,000 wrestling fans all in one city at that time, but that's only for a week to a weekend, and then they disperse out around the world, and that number isn't quite as big as it once was. So, um, you know, it is what it is. We love professional wrestling. We like to watch these kind of videos because of the fact that we care about wrestling. I like to make these videos. I've done this since 2010. I found it as a really big tool to get things off of my chest about what I was thinking about. Because if you start thinking about an angle and you start thinking about where something is going, you can actually talk about it. Where I work, in the department I work in the meat department at my store, nobody watches wrestling. Nobody understands what's going on with wrestling. So it's hard. For a short while, if you remember my WrestleMania 31 videos, I had a guy work at my store named Archie. He worked in the produce department. He wasn't the biggest wrestling fan, but he was a wrestling fan back in the day. He always liked to know what was going on with The Rock and Undertaker, so I could talk to him about those things. He went to WrestleMania 31 because of he bought Ravi's extra ticket, and it really worked out. It helped Ravi. It helped him. He was able to get something off of his list that he always wanted to do. He always wanted to go to WrestleMania. WrestleMania was real close to our house. We lived in Sacramento. It was in San Jose. So basically he came for the weekend, and he was able to do that. But he doesn't work at my store anymore, so he's gone. But I'm not going anywhere. I'm just definitely, you can tell I'm not making as many videos as I once did. I'm just moving into a different part of my life. Actually, today, this office is being dismantled. It's no longer going to be the wrestling room. Most of these things that are in here are getting downgraded. I am getting ready to do this. It hurts on the inside, honestly. I know that Ravi, when he talked about his videos, he about his things in his videos, like his figures and his posters and his memories of being a wrestling fan, he's really connected to those things, and he says that he's a lifer. They're not going anywhere. A lot of these things that are in this room, I don't have room for anymore. This room was sort of looked at as somewhere for me to stash my wrestling collection and for me to watch wrestling and make wrestling videos. I don't have room for that anymore. This is going to be moved into my bedroom. This room here is going to be getting rented out by my friend from work, Troy, and we'll see where it goes from there. Definitely what I found out with my life since that I've had the trouble that I've had is that you don't need on YouTube. There's people out there who make really good videos and take pride in the fact that they, sorry about that. She actually called me and during the video. So there's people out there who honestly take time to make great videos. To me, honestly, I just want to get things off of my chest. I mainly want to make a prediction. I want to talk about a wrestling story. I want to say what I think is going to be going down. So most people like my videos where I talk for about 3 minutes. I call it a day. I found those videos for me. I can do those anywhere. I can mostly do them on my phone. I can upload them to YouTube using my Sprint phone, my iPhone. Just pressing the button, upload to YouTube. Sometimes it just takes a few minutes. I go into the settings, I make the video go public, and we're good to go. Some people like to really edit their videos and make really established, really good-looking videos. To me, honestly, that's not the kind of video that I'm looking to make, and I can make a YouTube video from just about anywhere in the world, and people won't use that against me, that I don't edit and things like that. So I don't think I'm leaving YouTube. I mean, at this point right now, my kids know what I do, and I make sure that it doesn't take away from my kids. I want to call her my girlfriend, my friend that I'm seeing. Um, and man, she's really supportive. She took one of my wrestling shirts and she actually wore it to work the other day, and took a picture and sent it to me to really, I guess, prove the point that wrestling isn't that embarrassing. That I shouldn't be trying to hide the fact that I was a wrestling fan. I sort of honestly went to my friends Miguel and Ravi and I asked for advice on how to bring this up when I became single. I really felt that mainly like this room, my YouTube channel, was going to be very embarrassing. I was honestly at the point where I thought that why the fuck did I name my name here on YouTube, because easily if you go to Google and you type in my name, and I'm not saying that this is what everybody does to get sort of an easy background check on a person that they're seeing. If you type in my name, you get my Twitter account, you get my YouTube account, you get my Facebook account, and it's pretty easy to find that I'm a huge geek, and it is what it is. And I thank you guys for all being on this ride. I'm not going anywhere. I know that this account has a lot of subscribers. I love the fact that when we go to WrestleMania, which I will not be going on this year, I won't be going to Orlando. There's a lot of different factors to factor into that. The biggest one is the fact that I just didn't have that much fun at WrestleMania 32. And that's nothing against Ravi, Miguel, Justin, Luke, Gemini, anybody else that came along for the ride. That's just the point I was in my life right then. And, I found out in the past few months that life is not going to be as bad as I thought it once was going to be. I don't want to say that I was depressed or anything like that. Just it just didn't really work out the way that I thought it was going to work out, and I thought that I don't know what I thought, but everything's gonna be all right, and then that's the way it's going to be. My main gripe with wrestling as of right now is the fact that they just ask too much of our time. 3 hours on Monday, 2 hours on Tuesday, an hour on Wednesday, which is honestly, in my mind, the best wrestling show going right now, which is NXT. But that recently just got bumped to 2 hours for the Cruiserweight Classic. So now 3, 4, 5, 7 hours in 3 days. And then if you turn around and you want to watch Impact, there's another 2 hours, 9. And then if you want to watch a pay-per-view, 10, 11, 12, and they're going to be making pay-per-views instead of, once a month. They're going to make those every other week, basically. That's just a lot of time. And I don't want to turn into one of these people who picks and chooses, what he's going to do. But there's a lot of wrestling fans out there. If you go back to 2010, one of my favorite guys to watch here on YouTube, one of my favorite guys to still follow on Twitter, because it's not just wrestling tweets. There's baseball tweets. There's life tweets. He doesn't even tweet that much, is, at AA Muda, above average Muda, a great dude who's been around for a long time. And, he, as far as I can tell, he doesn't watch Raw each and every week. But if he hears that something's really, really good, he goes out of his way to check it out. And, that's like, listening to the Wrestling Observer. They talked about the fact that on NXT, Nakamura and Balor knocked it out of the park and had a really great match. I think that I'm going to go out of my way today to make sure that I watch that match because of what they were saying. They talked about things on the Cruiserweight Classic. It doesn't sound like it's going to be must watch for me, but it is something that I would want to check out. My friend has asked, if we could go to a wrestling show. It's not that I'm not going to go to wrestling shows anymore. I was looking forward to going to Stockton for a house show with my friend Victor. I actually have tickets to the Thomas Rhett and Jason Aldean concert, which I believe is the next week, and I already asked for that day off. And plus, with the fact that it being a Saturday and the way that my custody agreement is with my girls, Sometimes I'm gonna have to look at a wrestling show and I'm gonna have to think, is it really worth it? Because the fact that if I asked for the day off, that's one of my days off that I would be able to spend with my girls, and it's wrestling is really fun, but not when it takes away from your time from your family. So we'll see. I mean, I really appreciate all the success that I've had here on YouTube, and that's mainly just because of you guys coming along for the ride and checking these things out. These videos, I don't care if they get 20 views, if they get 200 views, if they get 1,000 views. They're worth it to me, and there's certain people out there that leave comments on each and every video, and I really appreciate those people that do that. Comments don't really come in the way that they used to unless they're really honestly negative comments, but there are people out there that really do give positive comments. As always, people that want to connect with me, the easiest way to connect with me is with Twitter. I tried the Facebook thing, having a Steviebreech account. It didn't really work because honestly I wasn't giving you guys all that I wanted to give you guys. Twitter, I do dump a lot of crap on there, but it is the easiest way if you want to ask me a question. You don't have to follow me. I'll still answer your question. And we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. Because of the problems that I've had in the past where people said that I'm, addicted to my phone, I'm addicted to social media and things like that. When I'm with my new friend, I rarely have my phone on me. But if I'm at work or I'm doing anything else, or if I'm not with the girls, I'm on my phone a lot, and I'll get back to you and we can chit chat and become best Twitter buddies if that's what you're looking for. So I'll see you guys down the road, and thank you guys for coming along for the ride since 2010.